Welcome to Tales from Nerd. I'm your host, a random nerd 2016 / Kevin, and this is a weekly podcast where I talk about the comics coming out this week. And this week, March 24th, is a decent amount of comics. We're going to be talking from DC to Marvel to independent comics. And of course, my favorite book of the week, which I don't have it in place because I'm going on a trip, as I explained in last week's video, and I'm leaving in like 3 hours, so I just want to record this beforehand and before I get onto the weekend. But yes, favorite book of the week. By the time I edit this, it should be up there. So we're gonna go to the first week, baby, the first book of the week, which is by DC Comics, Action Comics number 1029. The writer of the book is Becky Cloonan, Philip Kennedy Johnson, and Michael Conrad. The art is done by Michael Avon Oeming and cover art by Phil Hester. The price of the book is $4.99, and this is a description of the book. The Golden Age, Part 2, Tales of Metropolis, Midnighter. As Superboy desperately tries to save Superman's life from the Leviathans of the Breach, Superman discovers the Breach's shocking origins. But with his powers mysteriously fading, he is utterly outmatched. Can Superboy change the course of history and save his father's life? Don't miss this prelude to DC's massive Superman event. Plus, in another all-new backup, Tales from Metropolis story, writers Becky Cloonan and writer and Michael W. Conrad from Future State and Mortal Wonder Woman join forces with Michael Avon Oeming to continue the Midnight story that Cloonan and Conrad started in DC Future State. But is the DC Universe ready for Trojan Industries? So, if you want to read this, you need to read also Superman number 29, I believe. And this because it's two stories being continued on, and of course, you get the side story, which most of the new books are getting the side stories as well. So we get the Batman, we had these Wonder Woman one. So we're slowly getting more books, but yeah, they will have backups. They'll have the main story, and then they'll have the backup. That's why the price is a little bit more. Do I agree with the price change? Not really, but it is the company that wants to run it. Now, I forgot to mention, DC does come out on March 23rd. They do come out a day early, so if you want to pick up DC, you can pick up DC books on Tuesday, or if you want to do it like me, I pick up my DC and Marvel and my independent comics on Wednesday because it's much easier than going to your local comic book shop in 2 days. But yes, is it a good jumping off point? Yes, but you need to read Superman and Action Comics to know what's going on. So yes, I would say yes, but if you're going to a comic book store, just pick up those two. It's much easier. Next up, we got a comic from Marvel. We got Alien #1, rated by Philip Kennedy Johnson, art Salvador LaRocca, colors Guru EFX, cover art by In Hyuk Lee, and the price of the book is $4.99. And this is a description of the book. The iconic cinematic terror makes its marveled out. Gabriel Cruz gave his life to Wayland Yutani in the case of an alien attack. He barely survived, almost literally. Recently retired, Cruz is trying to patch things up with his abandoned son with the help of his friend, a Bishop model android, but his re-entry into civilian life is not going smoothly, and his encounters with the deadly xenomorph are far from over. Philip Kennedy Johnson and Salvador LaRocca team up to tell an all-new tale of the titan of horror and science fiction that has scarred audiences for decades. No one is safe, no one is innocent, and no one can hear you scream. Tell me that is not sounding interesting. And also, I'm so down for an alien book by Marvel, and Philip Kennedy Johnson, I think, is probably the proper writer for this. I'm down. I'm so excited. It looks cool, and we're getting an alien book by Marvel. You know what this could mean? Crossovers. So yes, if you want a good jumping on for a book that's not heroes, you got your science fiction from Marvel right here. Pick it up. We're gonna go move on to another book, another Marvel book. We got Amazing Spider-Man #62, written by Nick Spencer, art and cover art by Patrick Gleason, and colors and cover art by Edgar Delgado, and colors by Arif Prianto, letter by Joe Caramagna, designer by Anthony Gambino, and the price of the book is $3.99. And this is a description of the book. King's Ransom Part 2. New costume doubts. Kingpin makes it personal with Peter Parker, and New York City itself will pay the price. And another fuse lit more than 30 issues ago reaches its explosive destination. So, Spider-Man, if you want a good jumping off point, read issue 61. 61 basically just summarizes what's been going on in Peter's life, what happened with Kindred, and now he's moving on. So, perfect jumping on point is issue 61. I like it. I just, it just feels a little bit forced with the new costume, but it is what it is. Kind of interesting. It's just what if a Twitch streamer. Well, actually, you know what? I can't say because read the book. So we're gonna move on to the next book. We're gonna go to the next book, which is DC Comics Batman slash Superman number 16, written by Jean Louis Yang, art and cover art by Danny Miki, and art and cover art also done by Ivan Reis. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. In the aftermath of Dark Knight's death metal, catch a glimpse of brave new worlds within the DC universe. But what are these strange planets? As we delve into the parallel lives of Man of Steel and the Dark Knight, we'll meet new villains, new heroes, and alternate realities and transdimensional collision that will need to see the to be well that will lead you that will collision that you will need to see to believe. It's the dastardly doubt of a cadre of new villains, including the Spider Lady and her poisonous web, Dr. Adam, who sports a kryptonite pendant, and the maniacal machinations of the unknown wizard. You've never seen Batman Superman like this before, so buckle up and get ready for the start of a new era, courtesy of writer Jean Louis Yang and artist Ivan Reis. Okay, if you want to jump in off point, if you never read Batman slash Superman, this is your jumping off point. New creative team, new writer, Jean Louis Yang. He's a really good writer, so I like to read everything he does. So if you want to read Batman slash Superman, here's your book. New jumping off point, and it's $3.99, so it's easy on your wallet. So we're gonna move on to the next book, which is by DC Comics, Batman Black and White number 4, written by Joshua Williamson, Chip Zdarsky, Carl Kerschel, and Daniel Warren Johnson. Ooh, and Becky Cloonan, and art by Carl Kerschel, Daniel Warren Johnson, Riley Rossmo, Terry Dodson, Rachel Dodson, Nick Bradshaw, and the cover art by Becky Cloonan. The price of the book is $5.99, and this is the description of the book. Gotham City's past, present, and future all come together to hunt the Dark Knight in exhilarating new stories from some of the comics' most noted luminaries as Batman Black and White continues. Eisner Award winner writer Chip Zdarsky from Daredevil, Stillwater, and fan favorite artist Nick Bradshaw from Wolverine and the X-Men and Spidey team up for a story that brings Poison Ivy to the front door of Wayne Manor to demand the ecological responsibility from Bruce Wayne. And superstar writer Joshua Williamson from Flash, Batman slash Superman, Just League vs. Death Squad, pairs with superstar artist Riley Rossmo from Harley Quinn, Dark Knight's Death Metal, Robin King, Martian Manhunter for a horrific night in Gotham as a new villain emerges as seen through the eyes of Batman himself. Eisner Award winner, writer, and artist Becky Cloonan from Wonder Woman Gotham Academy concocts a murder mystery for Batman to solve set at a circus, featuring art by legendary artist Terry Dodson from Wonder Woman, X-Men, and Adventure Man. Red Hot cartoonist Daniel Warren Johnson puts Batman at the mercy of Two-Face. Batman will have to remember the words of Alfred Pennyworth if he's going to make it through this ordeal alive. And Carl Kerschel, artist of Gotham Academy, writes and draws a tale of Batman investigating the occult mysteries of Gotham City's past with his new Robin, Gotham Academy's Maps Gucci. Okay, so basically, what Batman Black and White is, it's an anthology series. Basically, it's like probably 5 to 4 short stories put into one book. Now, you don't need to pick up each book, but they're fun stories, and we might see these writers do something else in future projects. So, if you like this, a little tease at Batman's, world or history. There you go. Pick this up. You don't need to pick up issue 1. Just pick up issue 4 and be like, I like this writer, I like this writer, I don't like this, but I like this. This pairing can be good, so we'll see. So far, Batman Black and White has been really good, so I'll give it a shot. We're gonna go move on to another DC title. We got Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn #6. It is the Black Label book. Just giving you a heads up, so do not give this to your kid. Yeah, so #6, it's story and writer Katana Collins, story and cover art by Sean Murphy, and art by Matteo Scalera, and colors by Dave Stewart, and letter by And World Design and designer by Darren Robinson, and cover art by Matt Hollingsworth. Oof. The price is $4.99, and this is a description of the book. Book 6. Gotham City's fate hangs in the balance in this conclusion to Harley Quinn's quest to catch a serial killer. Harley knew the risk when she agreed to help the GTO capture Gotham's most savage new criminals, and all her fears have come to pass. Her pursuit of the starlet and the producer has magnified the overwhelming responsibilities of motherhood, endangered her life and loved ones, and forced her to revisit the most painful memories of her own criminal past. Now, on the eve of Starlight's final spectacular act at the Gotham Film Festival, the case has become more personal. As Harley grieves a shocking personal loss, she prepares to risk everything to prove she can deliver on her commitments and bring the case to a close. With one final asset from Bruce, Harley heads to center stage for a showdown that will make or break Gotham's future, and determine Harley's role within it. So, if you've been reading this is set in the Batman White Knight universe. This is after Batman Curse of the White Knight, or after White Knight. I don't remember. It's been a while since I read the book, but yes, Sean Murphy and Katana Collins, cool, perfect duo. Sean Murphy kind of heads like the world, like this is where you need to go, and yeah, it's awesome. And I'm not gonna jump on that point because it is the finale of the book. So if you want to read it, please pick up the trade. It is a wonderful book, and it's a very Harley centric book. Batman does not appear, even though it says Batman. Batman is mentioned, but he doesn't appear that many times. He probably appears in like maybe 5, maybe 3 pages if you're lucky. But yeah, pick up and trade. It's a good book. And before I go to the next book, let's see what this guy says for the weekly. Jerry Can for the win. And then, yeah, also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, the links are down below. Or if you want to look me up, it's at a random nerd 2016. That's my ats. On Twitter and Instagram, those are the same handles. My friend who made music, his his Instagram handle is down. The comic shop locator is down there, and the League of Comic Geeks and Midtown Comics for like the description of the books or the cover arts is down in the description below as well. So we're gonna move on to Marvel. We got Black Panther #24, written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, art and cover art by Daniel Acuna, letter by Joe Sabino, designer by Carlos Lau and Anthony Gambino. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Book 4, Wakanda Unbound, Part 6. The intergalactic empire has suffered thousands of losses, and still they're coming for Earth. Wakanda Prime is in more danger than ever, as Emperor Nejadaka, aka the Resurrected Killmonger, one of the Black Panther's deadliest enemies, returns to face the king who unintentionally brought him to power. So, if you want to read Black Panther, unfortunately, this is not a good jumping down point. Ta-Nehisi Coates has been writing Black Panther for, I won't say 4 to 5 years. I might be wrong about that, but he's created this world of Black Panther, which, to be honest, his world is basically the vision for Black Panther the movie, uh, we wouldn't get that film without Ta-Nehisi Coates' ideas of Wakanda. But yes. Oh, and of course the other creators in the past as well. So yeah. Uh, the book is in issue 25. This book was delayed for like over a year. We never got issue 23 until like last month or this month, if I'm correct. But yeah, the book was heavily delayed. You can pick up the trade to see what's going on, but you need to read from Israel from the very beginning to know what's going on. So there's you go. There's your information. That's where you decide if you want to jump on or not. Not good jumping on point, but it is ending on issue 25. So there we go. Next up, we got another Marvel comic. We got Cable number 9, written by Gary Dugan, the head of X himself, Jonathan Hickman. Art and cover arts by Phil Noto, and letter by Joe Sabino, designer by Tom Mueller. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Days of past yet to come. Cable's future is coming back to haunt him, and he isn't ready yet. It's a short description. Cable, I love the book. I think it's a very interesting book with young Cable. We get some. I will say this: we get to see future Cable in this book. I won't say how, but you need to pick up the book. Pick up the trade. It is ending in issue 12. They announced it. Hopefully, they could put Cable in something else. He is in Sword, so he's probably gonna be in Sword for a bit. Maybe X Force, maybe. But yeah, I'm excited. You know what? I like the book. I never read X-Men until Ten of Swords. I mean, I read X-Men and New Mutants, but then Ten of Swords was happening. I'm like, I'll read everything to know what's going on or everyone's world. And you know what? I love every X book we got from Hickman's world. So yeah, if you want to pick it up, I believe issue 6 or 7 is your jumping out point. Issue 7 is your jumping on point. So if you want to pick up this book, pick up issue 7 is your perfect jumping on point. And we're going to move on to another Marvel book. We got Carnage, Black, White, and Blood #1, written by Al Ewing, Benjamin Percy, Teeny Howard, art by Ken Lashley, John McCrea, and Sarah Pichelli, who does the cover art. The price of the book is $4.99, and this is a description of the book. Carnage rules. Witness the cerebral chaos caused by Carnage, brought to life by some of the greatest creators at Marvel. But beware, true believers, true to their titular character's namesake. These spine-chilling tales are not for the faint of heart, and presented in black, white, and blood. So yes, I'm excited for this because we've been getting a lot of anthology books in the past few months. We got the Wolverine, we got the Batman, we got the Superman, now we got the Carnage. Who we're gonna get next? I'm so excited. I like these anthology stories that might be in continuity or not, written by different people, different artists. I like this concept because they're perfect jumping on points. You don't need to pick up anything else; just jump on the book. That's the magic of comics. Just grab a book and decide if you like it or not. But I give my personal opinion, and I say this is perfect jumping on point. Pick up issue 1 when you're at the comic book shop. Next up, we got a DC book. We got Detective Comics number 1034, written by Joshua Williamson and Mariko Tamaki. Art by Gleb Melnikov and Dan Mora, who does the cover art. The price of the book is $4.99, and this is a description of the book. Demon or Detective Part 2. DC future state may be over, but the president looks tense. With the loss of his fortune and manor, the election of Mayor Nakano, and the growing anti-vigilante sentiment in Gotham, Bruce Wayne must rethink how to be Batman, or risk being left behind by his own city. To make matters worse, a catastrophic crime wave has taken hold of the city, culminating in a murder mystery that hits close to home. The suspects amount, the clues multiply, and the trail of bodies hasn't ended yet. Eisner Award winner writer Mariko Tamaki and superstar artist Dan Mora begin an exciting, surprising, and death-defying new chapter of Detective Comics. Plus, in the second and concluding chapter of Demon or Detective, Damian Wayne meets a startling new faction from his family's checkered past. But what is the League of Lazarus? So if you were like, I like Batman, but I don't want to read the main Batman book because it's too many issues, or it's just like I don't like the action. You like the detective side. Well, I'll say this: I didn't. When I heard Mariko Tamaki, I was like, I'll give it a try. Dark Detective. It might be good, it might be bad. And you know what? She wrote an amazing Dark Detective. She's writing detective. Not a lot of people have faith in her, me included. I will say that. But if Mariko Tamaki, if you're hearing this, I'm down for your book because you wrote 4 issues of Dark Detective, and I want more. So hopefully what you brought that energy to Dark Detective, please bring it here. And perfect jumping off point. Now, if you want to read the second part to the Demon Detective for Damian Wayne, which he is getting his book, Robin. Um, that'll come out later, I think either in April or May. Read Batman 106, which also Batman 106 is a good jumping on point. But yes, read this if you want. If you like Batman, this is a perfect jumping on point. Next up, we got Excalibur number 19, written by Tini Howard, head of X himself, Jonathan Hickman. Art by Marcus Toe, colors by Eric Arciniega, designed by Tom Mueller, lettered by Ariana Maher, and cover artist by Mahmoud Asrar. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Poised by her own venom, she didn't mean anything by it. But what's a girl without a body supposed to do? Now, Excalibur is dealing still with the events of Ten of Swords. Of course, if you read Ten of Swords, we lost one character, a main character, and the team is going through that right now through the loss, but then a twist happens. Now, let me see. When is a good jumping on point? Number 16 is like your proper jumping on points because 16 happened, 17, 18, and 19. So 16 is where you need to jump on right now. So issue 16, jumping on point. There you go. Next up, we get a Marvel comic. We got Guardians of the Galaxy number 12, written by Al Ewing, art by Juan Cabal, and colors by Federico Blee, lettered by Corey Petit, and cover arts by Rafael Albuquerque. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. The time of mercy is past. End of an era. Since day one, the Guardians of the Galaxy has been a ragtag group of mercenaries, survivors, and oddballs, surviving by the skin of their teeth. Will will it finally be their undoing? Left off in one. So, not a good jumping off point because issue 13 will literally be a new jumping off point, and we will get a character from the Marvel Universe joining the Guardians of the Galaxy. I know who it is, because the solicitations and also people have been talking about it, and you know what, Al Ewing has been doing space crazy stuff since a while now, so I trust him. His Guardians has been really interesting, so pick it up. Well, not this one. Issue 13 will be your jumping on point. So issue 12 you can skip, and 13 will be your jumping on point. Next up, we got Image Comics. We got Haha number 3, written by W. Maxwell Prince, art and cover art by Roger Langridge. Yeah, Langridge. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Remy says real friends need not speak a word to each other. Are less funny than the title suggests. Clown Anthology continues with a silent mime story illustrated by legendary cartoonist Roger Landridge. Yeah. I picked up Haha number 2. I bought issue 1 on eBay because W. Maxwell Prince writes the Ice Cream Man series, which I want to buy on trade now. I'm not gonna buy the single issues because here's the thing you guys gotta know. I'm a completionist at heart. So if I buy issue 23 or like in a series, I need to pick up the other issues because that's how I am. That's how it kind of work. It's just the comic addict I am. But I will say this: these are just anthology series, perfect jumping off points, and W. Maxwell Prince's writing speaks for itself. So if you want to jump on, there you go. Issue 3 will come out on Wednesday. Next up, we got a DC comic. We got Harley Quinn number 1, written by Stephanie Phillips, art and cover art by Riley Rossmo. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. You better read this closely because we've got a red hot relaunch on our hands here, and I should know. Harley Quinn here to let everyone know that I got a brand new monthly series with a brand new status quo. I'm coming back to Gotham City to make up for the sins of my past and help the city recover from the Joker War. But there's no welcoming committee waiting for me. Your favorite maid of mischief, and between you and me, some real creeps are working to keep the city broken. We can't let that happen, can we? Rising Star, Rising Star writer Stephanie Phillips, my new partner in crime, takes me into a bold new era with her partner in artistic crime, Riley Rossmo, who I gotta say designed a real nice new costume for me. You're not gonna wanna miss this one, folks. So Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn by Stephanie Phillips. Stephanie Phillips wrote some issues in the Future State. I forget which ones, but I like her work so far. And Riley Rossmo, I think, works with the Harley Quinn aesthetic. So I think this will work. I'm hoping I'm correct because I haven't read a Harley Quinn book. So besides stuff that's not in continuity, but this will be my first in continuity book. So I'm so excited. Harley Quinn, I'm down. Perfect jumping off point. Next up, we got Marvel comic. We got Miles Morales number 24, written by Saladin Ahmed, an art by Carmen Carnero, and cover art by Tyrone Clark. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. The King in Black puts Miles back against the wall, using one of his best friend's super pans around his throat. Can Miles bounce back with any of his soul intact? A King in Black Aftermath. So this is literally because King in Black was supposed to end already. By the way, this is dealing after the ramifications of King in Black. So our hero is doing something else. He will reference it, but of course this is pretty much a jumping off point. So if you be like, I don't care for King in Black, read this. So there you go. If you want to read Miles, Miles is in it, and you're like, I just like Miles. I want to jump on Miles. There you go. Pick up issue 24. Next up, we got Boom Studios, once in feature number 17, written by Kieron Gillen, art and cover art by Dan Mora, and colors by Tamara Bonvillain. The press of the book, the letter is by Ed Dukeshire and designer by Scott Newman. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. A standoff between Duncan and Galahad and Lancelot is all that's preventing the other world and our world from colliding. But only one of them can be the greatest knight, and Duncan better hope it's him. And of course, there's the dragon. Once in Future is taking the medieval knight setting and present day with a son and grandma duo. There's your description. Read the trade. Trust me. As much as I could give you a jumping off point, read the trade because Once in Future, I'm happy. I like indies. This is a book that got me into indies recently, so there we go. Pick it up. We got another Boom Studios book. We got Power Rangers number 5, written by Ryan Perrott, art by Francesco Mortarino, cover art by Matteo Scalera. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. The new Power Rangers are attacked by the young assassin known as Astronema, one of the most popular characters in franchise history. Meanwhile, Lord Draken and Trini face off against one of the greatest Power Rangers villains ever, with a shocking conclusion. So, if you want to read Power Rangers, just read Power Rangers number 1 to know what's going on. Because this and Mighty Morphin were intrinsically connected for a bit. I think they will come to head. There will be some crossover in the future. It's only a matter of time. I think it was just, if you want a brand new jumping on point, just read issue ones for each. They're good jumping on points. If not, pick up this. This is a good jumping on point as well. We got four more books, and then that's it. Okay, I'm trying to go through all this quickly because I need to sleep a little bit. It's like 2 in the morning. Yeah, we got a Marvel comic. We got Savage Avengers number 19, written by Gary Dugan, art by Kev Walker, colors by Valerio Giangiordano. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Chapter 19, Black Skies Part 3. Conan's heist of the Hellfire Club goes awry when the mutants hire his sword to help free Storm and Cyclops from Null. Join us for some March Madness starring Conan, Deadpool, and Marauders. So, if you want to pick up this, issue, what, 17 is your jumping off point, but it's a King and Black tie-in. I suggest you pick up issue 20 because then that'll be your proper jumping off point. So this is kind of like the finale for the King in Black. So if you like King in Black, pick up issue 17 to know what's going on with King in Black, what Conan's doing to fight Null. Because if you've been reading Savage Avengers, Conan has a symbiote with him. So there you go. There you go. Next up, we got Image Comics. We got Scumbag number 6, written by Rick Remender, and art and cover art by Bengal. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. New story arc: Moonflower Part 1. An army of deadly know-it-all devil hippies known as Moonflower plans to brainwash all of humanity with hyper piety. Ernie Ray doesn't care until a hot cult escapee convinces him to help. Can he stop them and earn her love? Will he join the 238,000-mile-high club? Is hepatitis transmittable in space? Is hepatitis transmittable in space? All will be explored. So yes, Scumbag. It is literally about the worst person in the world getting getting some boosted superpowers or becoming a hero, even though he's the worst person in the world, and he has to save the world. So, yeah, it's a good book. Of course, I don't like the finale as much, but it is a fun book. So, if you want a good jumping off point, this is it. Next up, we got another Marvel book. We got Taskmaster number 5, written by Jed MacKay, art by Alessandro Vitti, and cover arts by Valerio Giangiordano. Sorry if I butchered that because I cannot say that name without going Giangiordano. But yes, the price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. The Rubicon Trigger Part 5. A Long Goodbye. Taskmaster finds the Rubicon Trigger, the doomsday device that Maria Hill died to protect. But someone has been playing him, and the game is about to be up. So, yeah, I like Taskmaster. I think he should have been an Avengers villain, but he's not in the movie. He's going to be Black Widow. This was supposed to come out during Black Widow, but Black Widow didn't come out. So, yeah, it's a good book. I like it. It's cool. Taskmaster's running away from Black Widow, but there's a twist. And, yeah, Taskmaster. It just lives up to the name, Taskmaster. So, yes. Is this a good jumping off point? No, because it is the finale of the arc. So if you want to read this, you got to read issue 1 or read the trade. The trade will be a lot easier on your wallet. But if you want to hunt down the issues, be my guess. If not, just wait for this to be out and then read the trade. Okay? Read the trade. It'll be easier on your wallet. Okay. Okay. We got the last book of the week, which is DC Comics Teen Titans Academy number 1, written by Tim Sheridan, art and cover arts by Rafa Sandoval. The price of the book is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Welcome to Teen Titans Academy, packed with both new superpowered teens and numerous dark secrets. Teen Titans Academy students' bodies, including student body includes Shazam, a new Australian speedster, a trio of Gotham teens expertise obsessed with Batman, and one member of this first class will become the Deadly Red X. Originally new Teen Titans, including Nightwing, Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, and Beast Boy take on the role of teachers and mentors for superpowered teens. Their goal: to shape the next generation of heroes. Okay, so I like Red X from Teen Titans from the 2003 cartoon, and he was in Future State. Future State was Teen Titans was all right. It wasn't fleshed out well. I think it needed maybe two more issues or one more issue to know what's going on. But to see like Red X in the book in continuity now, I'm excited, and we get Nightwing as a teacher. He's gonna be jokey about it too. We get all the classic Titan characters as teachers. I like that twist. So perfect jumping off point. But yeah, that's the end of the show, everyone. I want to say, please, everyone, be safe in this weird world. I'll talk to you later, and be safe, everyone. And as always, peace.